guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings, Tarotings from the Heart. So this is the, these are the cards, the decks we're using this week for your weekly check-in. We use the Everyday Witch Tarot. We also use the Tarot Wonderland by Barbara Moore, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot as well by Poppy Palin, and your Spiritual Advices, Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine's Angel Answer deck. And for your 20 card work and love reading, we use the Dark Mansion Tarot. The spiritual advice comes from the Romance Angels, Doreen Virtue, and also the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, and also the Answer deck. So sit back and enjoy your reading. Take care. Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings. Sorry about that. Tarot readings from the heart. I hope you guys are really well. So we're going to do your week ahead reading, guys. This week, 23rd to the 29th of September 2019. You know what? I just don't know where the year has gone. It's gone by just like that. It's incredible. So yeah, we're going to have a look into your week ahead. So it's back to business this week. Last week was just, I hated recording last week because it was just all over the place. Because I wasn't at my home, I couldn't do the recordings the way I wanted to do recordings. You know, editing the video, honing down, doing the speed ups on the shuffle, things like that. But it's back to business this week. So this week it's me on screen at first, having a chat about the weekly check-in. And then we hone the camera down and we look at the other spreads coming up, your work and your love readings as well, okay? So with that being said, let's have a look at the weekly check-in and what's going on for you guys in general for the start of the week. Okay, Aries, so we've got the actual spread down. It's really funny, but as I was shuffling your cards, two cards fell out for who you guys are for the week, and they both showed up reversed. So you're showing as being the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Two of Wands in the reverse. I think you've made a decision, a definitive decision, not to put any more work into a situation. Because the Eight of Coins reversed means to stop work. It means to down tools. It means when we're no longer making an effort, we're no longer putting any work into a situation. And the Two of Wands in the reverse can mean that you've actually made that definitive decision. So usually in the upright, this is about being at a crossroads. The Two of Wands is in the reverse. It says we make a definitive decision. So both reversals to me are suggesting that you guys have made a decision, or you'll make a decision between the 23rd and the 29th that you're not putting any more work or effort into a situation. What's the theme of the week about? Well, it's about, oh wow, another number 8, Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands is all about action. Eight of Wands is all about change. Eight of Wands is all about advancement. Eight of Wands is all about movement. When you get the Eight of Wands energy, Eight of Wands is all about spiritual change. Eight of Wands is all about high vibrations, or, you know, enhancing our vibrations, enhancing our spirit. So the theme of the week is movement, change. Eight of Wands. You've got two eights. Eights mean to master a situation. It's ruled by strength. But one of the eights is reversed. This is I think you guys are actually moving in a new direction with this Eight of Wands energy. Because Eight of Wands can also be sudden change, but Eight of Wands is movement. So you're moving with the wand. You know, the wands are all about actions. They're all about movement. They're all about ambition. They're a fire. They're passion. They're determination. The Eight of Wands is all about quick action. Movement, quick movement, sudden change. And the theme of the week might be about making some sudden changes with the Eight of Wands. I think that the week is about making sudden changes because you guys are deciding you're not putting any more effort into a situation here with the Eight of Wands. And also this could be something that is at a distance, because Eight of Wands can also represent the word distance as well. What is the goal that you have for the week? The High Priestess. I think your goal is really just to use your intuition this week, Aries, because the High Priestess, one of the facets of this card is all about using your intuition. So I think that your goal this week is all about using your intuition. What is the obstacle you need to overcome this week, though? There is a Queen of Swords. So it might be that you're getting some harsh words from an individual. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Aries, but doesn't necessarily have to be. I feel with the Queen of Swords, when we look at the Queen of Swords as an energy, Aries, she tends to be quite brash. She tends to be quite, her communication is very direct. So this person tends to say exactly what she thinks, exactly what she feels, and she doesn't tend to hold back. So it almost feels like to me that the theme of the week is all about you guys. Eight of Wands energy. I don't know whether you're rushing or whether you've made some sudden decision, because there's an energy of suddenness about this week, and it's almost like you've made this sudden decision with the Eight of Wands energy that you're not going to put any more. It's almost like the sudden decision is with the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands reversed. It's almost like you've made this sudden decision not to put any more work into a situation here, and it's almost like the obstacle, it's because your intuition is telling you that. So your goal for the week is to really follow that intuition with that Queen of Wands energy showing there, Aries. But there's a person around you, this Queen of Swords, there's a person around you who's, and the obstacle you need to overcome as well. And there's, you know, we can't just say, well, the obstacle that Aries needs to overcome is that there's a person around them who's giving them some advice or giving, you know, saying something harsh to them. That's not just the case. There's a reason that she shows, because it could have been any one of the queens. It could have been, you know, we could have said any one of the queens showing that will give you a piece of her mind or give you her advice on what you're doing. But this woman, the Queen of Swords, is quite an objective thinker, and she's really, this lady has really got something to say. That's the thing with the Queen of Swords. She's really got something to say, this lady has. You know, when you get a Queen of Swords, this is somebody who's probably seeing things a lot clearer than you are. Because I just get the impression that if the theme of the week is the Eight of Wands, changes, movement, sudden changes, lift off, lots of energy. But I get the impression that this is something sudden for some of you guys. And I feel that the obstacle you need to overcome is somebody who sees the situation far more clearer and more objective than you do, Aries. Because she shows us a Queen of Swords, and that's the obstacle you need to overcome. That there's somebody around you who's probably seeing things a lot clearer than you are. And she's going to speak her truth with that Queen of Swords. What could you be achieving by the end of the week, Aries? Well, peace is the King of Cups energy. So you could be achieving a status of peace and trust, because the King of Cups has trust in what he does. He's got such a solid, grounded belief. Remember, all kings are rooted in earth. So this guy really trusts. He's got such a grounded sense of trust and belief in what his emotions tell him. So he really trusts in his emotions. So he's very grounded in emotion, because he's ruled by water, but he's grounded in earth. You know, so he's got a really strong grounding in his emotions. And what you're going to be achieving is just having a real strong... And when I kind of turn the words around on this card, Aries, this says to me that what you could be achieving is sticking by your guns. Because there's somebody here who is kind of saying, well, you know, you're rushing. Eight of Wands energy. This lady could say, well, you're rushing. You're rushing into this decision. Two of Wands reversed, not to put action into a situation, not to put any more effort into a situation, whether it's a job or a relationship or a friendship, whatever it is. This person, this Queen of Swords, is probably saying, well, I think, Aries, that you're rushing. I think you're rushing with the Eight of Wands into this decision that you've made, not to put any work into this situation, right? But there you are by the end of the week saying, no, I'm not. I am so grounded in my emotions about this. I really believe in what I'm doing. That's you guys by the end of the week saying, no, I'm not rushing into it, Queen of Swords. I know, Queen of Swords, you say I'm rushing into this, but I really believe in what I'm doing here with the King of Cups. And I'm so grounded in my emotions. In other words, my emotions are not up and down. I'm not being flighty. I'm not being, you know, I'm not being wishy-washy, which is not the King of Cups energy. It's more a Knight of Cups. It's the wishy-washiness. I'm completely grounded and completely believe in what I'm doing with this card. So there is a sense of real self-belief by the end of the week. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you, Aries, you're determined to do this thing. And also the week with the Eight of Wands is about determination as well, because the Eight of Wands is the determination to move in a direction. What do you need to avoid this week, Aries? There's another queen here, a Queen of Coins. So we've got two queens in the reading so far. And I feel that with this Queen of Coins, because it's funny, because you're grounded emotionally by the end of the week. You really believe in what you're doing here, Aries. But you need to avoid a Queen of Coins. I think the Queen of Coins is not a person, but I believe a Queen of Coins is holding on to something. Queen of Coins can also represent holding on to something that you consider still to be of value to you. So it might be you need to avoid holding on to something that you still feel is of value to you. The only reason that you're going to do that, though, Aries, is because of what this lady says. This lady will turn around to you and say, well, no, I'm looking objectively at this thing, Aries. And you are rushing. You're rushing into this decision that you're going to kind of give up on something, going to let go out of coins energy reversed. You're not going to put any more effort into it. And whilst you could say by the end of the week, no, I'm completely grounded in my emotions. I'm not being, I'm not in elation. I don't believe I'm rushing. I'm completely 100% trusting, and I can have complete faith in the decision, which is what the King of Cups is. You still need to avoid holding on to whatever it is that you're trying to let go of, with that Eight of Coins reversing, the Queen of Coins energy showing you. Because the Queen of Coins can be holding on to something that you can still consider to be of value. What is it that you need to embrace for the week, Aries? It's time to go for it with the Knight of Swords. It's just time to go for the goal. It's time, we all make these decisions, and often there'll be people that don't agree with our decisions. There'll be people who say, oh, no, you shouldn't do that, or no, why are you giving up the job that's paying you £50,000 or dollars a year, to go to, Tibet and sit on a hill with a bag of rice? Why are you doing that, Why are you doing that? People question you all the time, and the Queen of Swords and King of Swords, remember, those characters are questioners. They've been taught to question. But you guys, what you need to embrace is that when Spirit takes you, when your Spirit takes you with the Eight of Wands, you've got to do it. You've got to pursue it, When the Spirit takes you with the Eight of Wands energy, you've got to go for the goal. When Spirit is talking to you, when you are driven by the Eight of Wands energy, when energy is driven, when energy is moving, you need to go with it with the Knight of Swords. You need to be influenced by Spirit. You need to allow your Spirit with the Eight of Wands to influence and drive you with the Knight of Swords energy. So you need to embrace that. You guys have really got this hunch that there is something that you need to stop putting your effort into so that you can move in a new beginning, a new direction. So for you guys, Aries, it's all about, the Eight of Wands is about drive, but also, this week it's all about being driven, okay? Or there's a sudden decision you guys are saying, and you're saying, I'm not working on this no more, okay? Because I am driven by the Spirit. If I don't put any effort into this, I'm not putting any effort into this thing anymore, and I'm moving forward into something new here. I'm exiting the situation. And also the Knight of Swords is an exit card. So when you get Knights, they're either coming or they're going. Especially Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, they come or they go. So you guys here with this Knight of Swords, you need to embrace that it's time to let something go. Because the Knight of Swords is leaving, he's letting something go. If you need advice or support, because I don't believe that this Queen of Swords is going to give you support. I believe that this is somebody, and she's not doing it because she's horrible. She's doing it because she's got your best intentions at heart, and she's seeing things in a far more kind of objective, not even I don't know, probably more objective way. You're more subjective because this is what you want to do. But this person's seeing things in more of a kind of objective and traditional way. She's probably seeing more of the pitfalls than you do, but it doesn't matter. You still got to go with what your Spirit tells you. Aries, if you need advice, where can you go? You can go to the Wheel of Fortune. You can go to somebody who takes a gamble, because the Wheel of Fortune is taking a gamble. Go to the gambler. Go to the person who's taken a risk. Not knowing whether they were going to fail or whether they were going to succeed. Go to somebody who takes a risk. Go to somebody who's likely to take a gamble. Because this is all what you are. This week, I think, Aries, it's about you guys taking a gamble. That's what it is, because on a flip of a dime with the Eight of Wands, suddenly, we've got you guys saying, I want to put in more work into this. I made this decision and I'm not putting any more work into this thing. Whether this is a job or a relationship, that's it for me. We're going to put down the camera on the cards now, guys. We're going to have a look at the spread, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to start discussing some of the other readings as well, the work and the love. So just bear with me. We've got your spread down. Let's have a look at this then. So you guys came up as two reversals, and you've made this decision with the Two of Wands energy reversed. Two of Wands reversed is a definitive decision that one makes. Okay, usually in the upright, as I've said, you're at you're at a crossroads. You have to make a decision whether you go left or right. But in the reverse, this can mean that you make a definitive decision. So I think that you guys are making a definitive decision not to put any more work into a situation, not to make any more of an effort. Now, the week is all about movement and change, because we've got the Eight of Wands energy showing here. And this is because of movement and change. You guys feel it's now the right time to start moving in a new direction with the 8. You got 2 8s in the reading anyway, and 8s mean movement and change and mastery of a situation, so overcoming obstacles. Your goal will be the High Priestess, and that is to follow your intuition with the High Priestess energy. But remember, you've got an obstacle you need to overcome. This is somebody else's opinion. It's the Queen of Swords. And her opinion might be quite valid as well. I'm not being rude, but it might be. Doesn't mean that you have to kind of give into this energy here. But I feel that this person's opinion could be quite valid, because the Queen of Swords' opinion is pretty much valid. She comes with a great deal of information and wisdom, does this lady, because she's really clever and she's really intellectual and she studies quite a bit. And remember, the sword people, they are trained researchers, they're trained assassins, they're trained to find out trouble spots, they're trained to troubleshoot situations. That's what the sword people are. That's why they're highly skilled intellectuals. And she comes with a valid, a valid case to you. So the obstacle is that somebody comes with some valid concerns that they're going to communicate to you, Aries. But you can't let that stop you, because at the end of the day, what you could be achieving is an emotional groundedness concerning the situation. In other words, what you're achieving is great faith. You guys have a great deal of faith and belief in what you're doing here. Even though this person is seeing things that you may not be seeing, it doesn't matter, because you guys, it doesn't matter. You're always going to have people that will disagree with the things that you want to do. You have the faith to make those changes. If you don't want to carry on doing something, you say, no, I'm completely emotionally grounded in this. I really believe in what I'm doing here as the King of Cups. You can see here, he might be on water, but he's on very solid grounding. So his emotions are very grounded in this reading. Your emotions, by the end of the week, your emotions are extraordinarily grounded. Doesn't matter what she says, because she's not going to be able to talk you around. Avoid 2 things. As I was kind of doing the setup for the camera on the cards, I thought about something with that Queen of Coins. You need to avoid playing it safe as well with the Queen of Coins energy. That's what you need to avoid. This isn't just about holding on to things that we value. But if you look at the coin characters, especially a Queen of Coins or the Knight of Coins, those are 2, especially those 2 characters I find within the Court of the Coins. They play it safe. She's really safe. Everything she does, she doesn't like risk. She hates it. She's not even a creative person. This is the type of woman that likes to know exactly what she's getting. She goes to work. She gets up at 6 every day. She goes and she makes breakfast for the family. She eats her breakfast. She gets washed. She brushes her teeth. She gets her clothing on. It's all ironed. She's extraordinarily ordered, is the Queen of Coins. Everything has a system to it with the Queen of Coins energy. There is no room for error with this lady here. No room for error whatsoever. Everything is meticulously done. That's your Queen of Coins for you. Everything, right down to the last detail. It's all meticulous. And you need to avoid that with the Queen of Coins, because being too meticulous and being a little bit too OCD about everything doesn't help you to move. So you need to also avoid not just being too meticulous about everything, playing everything too safely with the Queen of Coins energy. It's literally staying in your safe place, because the Queen of Coins represents the home, and it represents the place that you feel most comfortable. So really, you need to avoid staying in the place that you feel most comfortable with the Queen of Coins energy show, because she literally represents the word home, H-O-M-E, home. She represents that word. So avoid staying in your safety zone, because she's the comfort blanket, she's the safety zone, very similar to a 9 of Coins. And embrace, I put that the wrong way up, the Knight of Swords. It's time to go, 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 go. Go. Green light, Knight of Swords, it's time to go. No time to stay in the safety zone, Aries. Time to go with the Knight of Swords. Seriously, it's time to go, 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 go. That's it, man. Because that's what your intuition is telling you. That's why you're stopping one thing and you're probably starting another. Because you're saying, you know what, I really feel it's time for this change to occur. And if you need support, go to somebody who's as adventurous and who's a risk taker like you are, Aries. The Wheel of Fortune, a gambler. This is what the Wheel of Fortune is. It's a chancer. Somebody who takes chances. somebody who's a gambler, somebody who takes risks. Go to that. You're not going to get much from her because she's looking far too much at the down spots. That's what the sword people are trained to do. They're trained to look at the situation from a very kind of intellectual viewpoint. They're not chancers. Queen of Swords, Queen of Coins, I don't see these people as being people that take chances. Queen of Wands, maybe. But the other three queens, I don't. Queen of Cups is far too much scared and too much in her head. Too emotional to take a chance. Queen of Swords, too analytical. Queen of Coins, too safe. Queen of Wands is the only one with the balls to take a chance, really, if I'm being honest with you, when I do an assessment of these people. So, and it's funny, isn't it, that I mentioned the Queen of Wands, because bloody hell, Queen of Wands is an Aries, isn't she? She's an Aries or a Leo. So that's you. You're the only one out of these queens that has the kahunas, the strength. Not even the strength. Every queen is strong, but you're the only one out of these queens, Aries, that has the, that has the go, go, go. That has the bravery, the courage to go and do this thing. You're the only one that has that thing. You're the only one that has it. It's funny, isn't it? I mentioned three queens that I didn't think had the bravery skills to take risks. And I don't think Queen of Coins does, I don't think Queen of Swords does, and I don't think the Queen of Cups does, but sure as how the Queen of Wands does, and that's you. Let's get a advice for you, Aries. Universe, what is the advice you have for Aries on this reading? What is the advice you have for Aries? Okay. I don't know why he's coming up with this shit, man. A year from now. What do you want to tell us a year from now? I mean, how is this going to... We want now. We want to know what's going on now. A year from now, improving health. Well, maybe this is going to benefit some of you guys in some way. A year from now, improving health. Is there anything you have to say to Aries in the here and now? There in a few cards. Let's have a look. There's an opportunity here that will bring success. There you go. There's an opportunity that's going to bring success, and you need to trust it. There you go. Your King of Cups. Trust it. An opportunity is going to bring success, and you need to trust it, okay? Showing up there. All right. It's saying here also there are helpful people around you, but it's up to you, because in the near future there's going to be some big happy changes too. Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal read. I think your reading is the one I've enjoyed doing most of all today. Maybe it's because I've just had a salad for lunch or something, I don't know. Brilliant reading. Love that reading so much, Aries. Let's get your work reading. Just bear with me. Okay, Aries, so let's have a look at your work reading for the week. Two of Swords. Two of Swords can be faced. Usually I see this as being faced with a decision, or it's something you don't see. So often this card can say you don't see something. Three of Cups. Okay, I think that you might be faced with a decision concerning a partnership or an agreement within work. Three of Cups energy showing here. The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords going towards the Three of Cups. I believe that there's someone here who's trying to disrupt. Often, whenever I've done a reading on myself or anyone else, and I get that Knight of Swords with its sword going into another card like a Three of Cups, there's somebody who's trying to disrupt a partnership. All right. I think that you've got a decision to make concerning a partnership. I think that somebody within your team. This is a team, I think, with the Three of Cups. It's more than one person, a team. There's a decision. You're faced with a decision in work. I think you've got something of a colleague who's just trying to disrupt a group. I think you've got somebody who's quite disruptive within the group. The Knight of Swords I would see as disruptive energy within the group of the Three of Cups. So you're faced with a decision. I feel somebody's quite disruptive. This is a disruptive energy within the group. Every time I've seen the Knight of Swords with his sword out and it's going towards a Two of Cups or a Three of Cups, I've always experienced disruption within, within a group or something like that, within my family or within a group, always. So I feel you're faced with a decision. You've got somebody who's quite disruptive within the group that you work in. Let's have a look. The Ten of, and I think it's causing a lot of pressure with this Ten of Wands energy. I think it's causing an awful lot of pressure for some of you Aries people. Page of Pentacles energy. Some of you guys are also feeling quite burdened. I feel that this is causing some disruption, but I also feel with the Page of Pentacles energy, it might be it's causing disruption. You may be looking for something new with the Page of Coins, a new job, for example. So faced with a decision here, somebody who's quite disruptive within your group. I feel it's causing a lot of burdens, and some of you guys are probably looking for a new opportunity with the Page of Coins for work. Also, maybe some of you guys are quite stressed out. Ten of Wands energy. It could be something to do with studying for work as well, with the Page of Pentacles energy showing here. Let's have a look at the next card showing here. So we've got the World energy here. World energy in terms of work. Sometimes this can be the ending of a cycle, and sometimes this can be about the attainment of a goal. Some of you guys might be trying with the Knight of Swords energy to attain a goal. Okay, but I feel that you might be faced with a decision. Some of you guys are feeling really pressured with the Ten of Wands energy. It might be something to do with studying. Maybe there's something about group study or something happening here, but there's a lot of pressure here as you're trying to attain a goal as well, I think, with the World energy showing here. The Page of Swords. Okay, so this is kind of like you've got two pages. So often two pages, I think, within a reading can be mixed messages as well, with the Page of Swords energy and the Page of Pentacles. But the Page of Swords is often email, and the World energy can be the internet. So this might be, some of you guys are doing some long distance study, I think, here with the World energy. But I feel with this Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands, it's almost like it's becoming quite stressful. And it might be that you're faced with a decision because it's really interrupting with the Knight of Swords energy, your friendships and your family life and that type of thing. So I get the impression that there's some study perhaps for some of you guys concerning work, or it's connecting with work. This to me looks like online study, because the World energy is the World Wide Web, and this is emails and stuff like that. So it's this is like communicating via email concerning like online with the World energy, something to do with studying with the Page of Pentacles. But some of you guys are feeling really frustrated here, Aries, Knight of Swords energy, and quite kind of burnt out and under, very burdened, very stressed out with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands energy, because I feel that it's really interrupting your friendships. You don't have much time, probably between studying and working at the same time. I think there's a lot of stressful energy here, and I think that you're kind of facing a decision with this Two of Swords energy, whether you bring this to the end of its cycle showing up here. Okay, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel there's something educational here, because you might be learning from a High Priestess. The High Priestess is a teacher within the tarot. Okay, information as well is the High Priestess. So information, High Priestess. Let's have a look at the other cards. Four of Swords, but also these cards are detachment cards as well. High Priestess and the Four of Swords. So maybe you're faced with a decision whether the High Priest, whether you should detach. Maybe your intuition is telling you I should take a break as well. I think you're faced with a decision whether you should end a cycle showing up here. I think that your intuition is telling you that you need to take a break with that Four of Swords energy showing here. King of Swords energy. Maybe your intuition is telling you that you need to take a break. It could be from a King of Swords, for example, showing up here. King of Swords. It's interesting. I don't know who this person is, or whether this person is actually this Knight of Swords. What I'm getting from this reading for work is that you're faced with a decision. Number one, I feel that you have somebody who's quite disruptive within the group. All right, and you're facing a decision concerning this individual here. Probably because they're stressing the hell out of you. Some of you guys are facing a decision, should I be looking for another job maybe? It just looks like you're facing a really disruptive person within the group, and they're putting a lot of pressure on you. You're feeling quite pressured as well. Some of you guys probably facing a decision, again, it's suggesting withdrawal. Four of Swords, facing a decision, should I leave? Four of Swords energy, should I leave? Should I withdraw from, this team of people here? Because there's really disruptive energy around this team, and this person's adding a lot of pressure. Maybe it's this King of Swords that's quite disruptive, that's being quite a disruptive energy within the team. Okay, should I leave? Should I withdraw? My intuition tells me I should withdraw here. Bring it to the ending of a cycle, because maybe you've got some arguments going on as well. The Page of Swords can be argumentative energy as well. So it might be that some of you guys are faced with a decision as well, Aries, because you're having these little arguments, Page of Swords energy within your group. You can see these two cards that are kind of flanking the Three of Swords here. We've got this Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. This is argument. So this would be little bitching, bitch. being like saying nasty little things to each other. Doesn't probably, you know, amount to fisticuffs or anything, but certainly kind of just bitchy words and stuff are saying within this group. Okay, so I'm seeing bitchy behaviour within the group. Gossip as well. Some of you guys faced with a decision, you've got gossip going on, Page of Swords within a group. Somebody's trying to divide. Somebody's trying to cause disruption within the group, probably by gossiping as well. And you guys are faced with a decision. Should I just end this cycle? My intuition is telling me that I should just take a break from this team of people where they're gossiping, and this person or one person, maybe it's this King of Swords, is gossiping and causing a load of disruption. It is all sword energy after all, and you're saying, should I withdraw, because it's bringing a lot of pressure onto me. Maybe I should withdraw and look for a new job. So could be somebody around you here, Aries, who's gossiping with the Page of Swords, causing disruption within the team, and you guys are saying, look, I got to make a decision. Should I withdraw? Showing here, because my intuition is telling me I should do that. Too much pressure. Maybe I should look for something else. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that some of you guys are studying probably, and you're faced with a decision. Something to do with kind of like an online, the world can be the online and the Page of Swords is course. So facing a decision to do with an online course here, perhaps, concerning your work. Should you go for an online course, for example? Would it be too much pressure if you did study, for example? Too much pressure, Ten of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Is it too much pressure if I did study? Three of Cups energy. Would it interrupt my family time, my friendships, the time that I go out celebrating? You know, you're faced with a decision. Do I just do a job, or do I... Maybe some of you guys are wanting to move from being the Knight of Swords into being a king. So you're wanting to advance from the Knight, which is somebody who knows their job, but to being a king. This would be a major leap, though. You'd go from being a Knight, you wouldn't even go to a Queen stage, you go straight through to a king. So some of you guys even faced with a decision. Do I go from a Knight to being a king? You know, and that's going to take a lot of study, and that's why you say, well, I'm faced with a decision. Do I go from being, you know, an intermediate level in work to being the boss in work, because it's going to require me to do an online course with the World and the Page of Swords, plus study, High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles energy, so a huge amount of study showing up here. Is this going to bring pressure to me with the Ten of Wands energy showing here? You know, is it going to interrupt my downtime here with the Four of Swords and the Three of Cups that I spend with my friends and my family? Maybe I should kind of lower my standards, some of you guys might be even saying to yourself. So there's lots of decisions to make around the working situation. Let's have a look at your love situation, Aries. Just bear with me. Okay, Aries, so this is your love reading. Let's have a look for love. The moon. So moon can be worries, anxieties, but also things that are hidden with the moon energy, Aries. Okay, Two of Swords as well. So Two of Swords is blockages. This shows up when you're not communicating with someone. Two of Swords energy. But also if you look at the Two of Swords, it's shaped like a pair of scissors. I get the impression here, some of you guys aren't seeing something here, though, with the Two of Swords. I don't even think it's being faced with a decision. I just feel that some of you guys might be looking to cut through some form of hidden energy showing up here with the moon energy showing here. Also, the Two of Swords is lack of communication, not speaking. So I'm wondering if somebody's hiding something, they're not talking about it. The Two of Swords can represent not talking. Communication is locked. Can you see how the swords are locked? And you've got the moon here. I think there's some hidden information here. I think somebody's not telling you something with the moon and that Two of Swords energy. Page of Wands. They're probably not telling you that they're communicating. Who are they communicating with? Yeah, I definitely feel somebody's going out and having a good time. Six of Wands is making advancements to people. So this is somebody who's going online. Page of Wands is kind of having fun, and Page of Wands is communicating. Six of Wands can be online. I think somebody's not telling you that they're communicating with others online, Aries, showing up here. And you've got a King of Wands. All of that wand energy here. All of that wand energy. It's funny, Aries, that could be you, but I don't think it's you. I feel that somebody's not telling you that they've been communicating online. It could be with a King of Wands or with somebody with the King of Wands energy, male or female. Somebody's not telling you that they're communicating online with someone, because the mood is hidden energy, and this is where we don't speak. So somebody's not communicating. That's telling you something that's hidden. Something about communication is the Page of Wands. Six of Wands can be online energy. It can be that you're, you know, checking people out online, on social media, for example. The King of Wands is advertising, though, as well. So this could easily be something like your, what do they call it? What's that thing? I don't use those things. Tinder, is that it? So King of Wands could easily be your Tinder. Okay, this is like a PR machine, that type of thing, the King of Wands. Somebody's not telling you that they're communicating online. It looks like Tinder, that type of thing, using apps, maybe, with the King of Wands energy showing there. The Magician, I feel that they're casting an illusion. I think that they're telling a few porkies here with the Magician energy. And the Four of Cups energy. I think that this person is putting on a face, because the Magician is putting on a presentation. They're presenting something to you, okay? So this person is presenting something to you. They're probably presenting that they're happy as well with the King of Wands. King of Wands is a happy person. He feels, you know, he's somebody who looks like they're really quite happy and contented and joyous. So they might be presenting to you that they're really happy in the relationship, but underneath, what they're hiding with the Moon energy is they're not happy with that Four of Cups energy, because this is presentation and this is hiding. So the Magician is going to come out with stuff, the Moon is going to hide it. Okay, and they're already not speaking, and they're saying, so I feel that this person is communicating online, Six of Wands, sorry, with you know, with other people, okay, with these kind of these apps, dating apps, probably, as I read the King of Wands sometimes. But also this person's presenting to you, they're putting on a face that they're happy with the King of Wands energy, but underneath with the Moon, they're not so contented with the Four of Cups. They're kind of bored as well, I'm afraid to say, Aries, from what I can see here. Seven of Wands energy. But I feel that this person is determined with the Seven of Wands energy to hold on to the relationship. Yeah, I think that this person's determined to move ahead in the relationship with the Eight of Wands energy showing here. But the Knight of Swords is going in on that eight. So even though they're determined to move forward with the relationship, the Knight of Swords, so what's that Knight of Swords doing there? I think that there's some sudden, the Knight of Swords is rushing in on that eight. Can you see how this person is determined to advance? However, I think this is something to do with their thinking. I think this is can you see how he's about to clash with that movement, the advancement, the Knight of Swords, and this is all about the way that we think. So what I'm getting from this reading is, Aries, in terms of love, I'm getting somebody hiding shit from you, I'm afraid. Sorry, but I do. The Moon is hidden energy. This person's not telling you what's really going on deep down inside with the Moon energy. I feel that this person puts on a face with the Magician that they're really happy with the King of Wands energy, but underneath with the Moon energy, this person is not so happy with that Four of Cups. And I feel that they don't tell you that. They probably from time to time communicate online. Could be with a person, a King of Wands, or they communicate online with, you know, these PR machines like you know, Twitter and Tinder and all of those dating apps and that type of thing. I feel that even though this person's been kind of hiding that they're feeling kind of bored, this person is determined to advance this relationship with you forward. But I feel that they're going to run into problems here, because it feels to me like there's a clash, that they're determined to move the relationship forward, but their mind, their mental state, their restlessness keeps clashing with their motivations. So the restlessness is the Knight of Swords. Their restless mind keeps clashing. They're determined to move forward with you, Aries, but their restlessness keeps getting in the way of this relationship advancing. You can see the Knight of Swords is getting in the way of that Eight of Wands. There's a clash coming in. Can you see that? The partner, whoever this person is, despite them kind of not saying shit to you and kind of messing about online still and stuff like that, they are determined with that Seven of Wands to advance and move forward with you. Aries, but their restlessness, their restless consciousness with the conscience with the Knight of Swords is clashing. It's literally delaying this movement. So every time that, though they say, yeah, it doesn't matter, you know, I am a bit bored, but I'm going to say that to Aries. I'm determined that I'm going to move forward with this relationship with Aries. But then at night, when they're asleep, they're like, oh man, I don't know whether I can do this. This is their conscience, the Knight of Swords, saying, oh man, I don't know whether I can do this. I want to. You know, the trouble is, what's the saying? Is it the heart is willing, or no, the head is willing but the heart is not, or something like that. I think they want to do something. There's somebody around you in love who I think wants to do something, Aries, but it's almost like they're finding it really difficult to keep up with it. That's what I'm getting here in this reading. Let's have a look at what love advice is for love. What's the advice for love for Aries? What's the advice for love for Aries? What's the advice you see for love for Aries for this week? The advice is this, but it still says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. It's not you, Aries, that has the problem. It's this person. They could be the one if they would allow themselves to be the one. That's the problem. It's not you. It's the person. It's the person. It's not you. It's the person. You know, it's the person. That's the thing. It's not you that's the issue. It's this individual here. It's going to be down to them whether they do it or not. They've got some issues they need to resolve. To me, this person's determined to move forward, but their problem with the Knight of Swords is he's always after the next best thing, and it's this restless mind of this individual that's interfering with movement, with them moving forward. So it's up to them. They're going to have to sort their shit out. It's not down to you. It's down to them. What is work like? What advice you have for work and finances for Aries for the week? What's the advice you have for work and finances for Aries? Let's have a look. So, advice is Aries, positivity, faith and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. That actually showed up for the first reading. The general reading was very similar to that. Amazing. Okay, finally, let's get your 3-card answer deck reading. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice you have through the answer deck in 3 cards for Aries for this week? What is the advice you have for Aries through the answer deck? The advice is happiness. Nice. Let's have a look. Is a challenge. So happiness might be a little bit of a challenge. Okay. Greed. Okay. I often read the greed as something that's overwhelming. So I feel that happiness might be a challenge for some of you guys, because there's an overwhelming, and I'm just seeing water in this greed. There's something that's quite overwhelming happening here. What is it? What can Aries do about this situation? What can Aries do about this situation, please? What can they do? You need to, it says destruction. You need to destroy whatever is overwhelming you with the greed card. Okay. And give generously. Okay. I think that you need destruction and generosity. So I think that you need to destroy whatever it is that is overwhelming you, and something about giving generously with the generosity card showing up there. All right, that's your reading, Aries. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading, go through to my website. The link is in the comment section below, or you can click on the link at the end screen. All right, take care, guys. Love you. Bye.